What's up, guy? Hey, this thing's weird. Welcome to the vlog. I'm Trace.
I'm Kevin Kiefer.
Hey.
Get the Millennium logo in there.
OTB, Latitude, baby. You got, this thing's weird, dude. You got sponsors? Shout out, Drew?
Yeah, Prodigy.
Follow
Yeah,
me
baby.
on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. The real Kevin Kiefer.
Trace _ disc 14, or is there a 14? I don't know.
Just look us up.
See ya.
You don't know your Alright, welcome everybody to my second round of the 2020 Thread on the Mountain. Thank you to Trace for doing the little intro there. You told me I had to put it in the beginning, so there you go. I'm actually going to be having not only my own round on this video, but also my friend Kevin Kiefer. I got to play with him. First time we ever played together in a tournament, and you're going to see a fun round. I threw, just like in the first round, I threw my 400 MX3 off the tee, and I threw it a little better than the first round, but I'm assuming Kevin did not throw his better than his first round, because that was a shank. And then here he is throwing his third shot from OB over here. His disc got cleaned up in the parking lot, which definitely not how he wanted to start. Kevin and I came into this round on the 5th card. We were tied for, I think, 21st place.
Ooh.
Right there, I was trying to run this putt, and I just came up a little short. Now, Kevin's here lining up for his bogey putt.
Double bogey to start.
And you heard him, double bogey to start. That's not how he wanted to start, I'm sure. I tapped in my par, and then here's hole 2. I did almost the exact same thing as I did in round 1. Just let it go a little early. Got a little higher this time. That was my 400 GH 3v2. That left me in a better spot than the first round, though, so that's good. Now, Kevin's getting very aggressive here. He's trying to cut the corner and go as far left as he can. Just pulls it a little far right and kicks to right here. I actually, let's see, I think I missed my pitch out right here, but I pitched out from my lie and got to here. This is just a little past the gap to go up to the basket. So, wasn't a perfect shot, but not bad. I was throwing my little A4 forehand approach shot, just get up the hill, give myself a putt. Kevin managed to work his way to get this for his birdie.
Did you?
It's a long putt, just lays it up.
Okay.
Then here is me putting for my par. This went a little further back than I thought it did, and that was just, I don't know what I did on that putt. I just missed it right side. Hit chains, but I missed that one. So as you can see, I tapped in for my bogey while Kevin got a par. Here on hole 3, super far dog leg left. You're going to see this on several holes. Kevin gets very aggressive on this course, and it's because he's able to. He's trying to go over those trees and get I don't know if he's trying to make the green and get it 2, but I think he, in the back of his mind, is trying to do that. I threw my 750 PA3 a little better than I did in the first round, but I was a little short left and couldn't exactly see all the way up to the top of this little hill right here. Now, Kevin's in an interesting spot. I missed my second shot on this hole yesterday and my third and my putt because I was scrambling, but this is almost the exact same spot that I had put myself in. It's just that I was passing the camera back and forth. It's easier to film. Then from where Kevin's second shot landed, he threw and hit this pine tree right here and was left with this long putt for par. He's not going to be happy about that one. I threw my A4 again, and it gave me this putt, which I drained from about 55 feet for my birdie 3. My second shot was incredible. Didn't think I was going to get that far up there, so I'm very happy with that 3. And that branch right there, I was so disappointed when that happened. This hole is a really great birdie, and I'm just trying to take my D1 and push that ceiling as high as possible and maybe skip up there to get a putt like I did in round 1, just get closer. But that branch just robbed me.
Great shot, Kevin.
pulls his a little further right than he wanted, and he got some branches on the, or leaves on the right side of the fairway, but you'll see where his shot landed. This is unfortunately where all the energy that got taken off my disc left me this weird look.
Oh.
Which apparently, according to my group's reaction, I almost threw in. I couldn't see anything. But I'm up there dropping par. Kevin has this for birdie, though. And if he can drill this one in, that'd be incredible. This hole only had 2 birdies all day.
Great bird.
And you just saw one of them. You see he's celebrating. Then he almost falls.
What do you say? That's going to be my highlight of the round.
Highlight that definitely is Kevin. Great shot. Now, here on hole 5, it's up on this little hill to the left. That went a lot further than he wanted. He pulled it far right. Then I kind of compensated off of what he did. I was trying to do what I did in the first round, which is put it 10 feet out, but I early released a little bit after watching Kevin, and I left myself about a 60-footer, which with that hill behind the basket from where Kevin's putting from, I decided to lay up and just take my par. Here on hole 6, just a super far downhill hole. It's just a matter of throwing a putter into the ground right here. He blocks the camera a little bit, but he's under that little fir tree just to the right of the basket. He's about 15 feet out at most. That's a great shot from Kevin. Then I correct off of my first round, and
That's kind of close.
Maybe. Take it.
As Kevin said, I did put it kind of close. You can see my disc right there. Kevin right here was actually the furthest out drive of our entire 5-man card, so that was incredible to get. It's not incredible, this is an easy hole, but you know what I mean. It's great feeling to have such a great grouping of shots, and I tapped in with the camera in my right hand, tapped in with my left hand on that one actually. Here's another hole Kevin's getting very aggressive on. He's trying to go past the landing zone that almost, I would say 99% of the field is trying to land in. He's just trying to go all the way past it. And he almost threw it perfect, but just a little bit short. I shanked this one, and at this point I'm like, oh no, I'm going to be in all that sawgrass on the right. But I just barely creeped out of it, thankfully, and left myself a shot. If I was any farther forward or to the right, I would have no shot at all. Right here, I'm throwing a big turnover with my M4 just to try to get it to hold, and it held really nicely. But
I'm a terrible cameraman. I apologize.
Super far right from the angle that I gave myself to get to the basket. So that was, I would say I could do pull off a better shot from there, but that was pretty great to have that. Kevin's almost gotten out of all the sawgrass, but it was nothing that he couldn't handle, and he just threw his little mid up there for a tap-in birdie, as you'll see. Now, my M4 shot left me this little forehand A4 again shot.
Oh!
I told you I was going to try to throw it in.
Dang. Well, I forgot to hit record.
Kevin's joking with me about that right there. But if you might have heard this, that I said, I told you I was going to try to throw it in. The last thing I had said to Kevin before, when I handed him the camera and went to go out my shot, I said, might as well try to throw this in, right?
Yeah.
And it went in. So that was pretty cool.
Try
Great
again.
way to get it.
Nice drive. You're on the tee pad.
Then we got Kevin backup tricks on hole 8's pad. You need to get better at this, Kevin. I'm sorry. You should need to get better. So right now, we both have birdied the last 2 holes. I am at 2 under and Kevin's even. And right here, I wasn't trying to look at the scores on every hole, but I was definitely keeping up with it. And by this point, I had moved up into the top 10 from outside of 20th. So right now I'm just trying to focus and keep my head down, keep going, keep birdieing. And I threw a better shot than my first round with my
Drew.
MX3.
Yeah, Drew.
And that
Nice
left me
shot.
about 15 feet out. So right now, we're both looking at birdies again. Behind this green is really dangerous because of all those fir trees. You can be 10 feet from the basket and have absolutely no putt. So when that started rolling, we both got nervous. And thankfully, Kevin stopped right before one of those fir trees. So he is going to have a drop in for his par.
Saddle.
Then on that
Saddle.
putt, I just missed it right side again. I hit
Deep
chains
breath.
like
You got that.
just like on hole 2. But I threw it far enough right that it just didn't catch. And it rolled to a spot, like I said, with no putt. I had to throw a horseshoe putt actually from there. And unfortunately took a bogey. Not a bogey I wanted to get. Kevin's struggling with his tricks again. But now here's hole 9. Kevin is throwing a Scorpius, I think. If I didn't mention before, you didn't hear from the intro, Kevin is sponsored by Millennium. So I'm throwing a bunch of Prodigy, he's throwing a bunch of Millennium.
Looking nice though.
He turns this over just a little bit early and hits that big Guardian tree. Now, here's my D2 max.
Keep turning. Come on.
I threw a little low and a little left and
Wow.
a little flatter than I wanted. I wanted to put it higher rider and on a little more ante, but it turned just perfectly into the gap. And I actually have a look from that putt, not from that putt, from that drive. Kevin's left with this after his tree kick, about a 70-footer. I'm just going to put it up under the basket. Now here I am. I know how amazing this birdie would be to get, so I was like, let's try to
Wow.
put this in, and I did.
Great birdie.
Just like Kevin on hole 4, that was also the one of only 2 birdies all day on that hole. So that was a good one to get, especially after taking such a stupid bogey on the hole before. Here's hole 10. You saw Kevin zooming in on the basket. This is the spine hole. It's, in my opinion, the hardest hole on the course. And I completely shanked that. There is no excuse for how bad that shot was. Trying to go it straight and do it 20 degrees right of off center.
Go. Wow, that was lucky.
Got speed on that one.
Oh, bogey.
Kevin's joking about his bogey, but in the end, I didn't film any more shots from that hole, but I rolled all the way down to the bottom of the hill right next to the road and was able to get a bogey, and he took a par. This is hole 11. That's a great shot from Kevin.
That's all right.
I think that's all right too.
He is going to give himself a birdie putt on this really far forehand hole. I felt really good about this shot right here, but I guess with
Get out of the way.
all the throwing and all the
nice
walking
shot.
and everything, I was just getting more tired than I thought, and so it came up 100 feet short actually.
Great too.
Kevin's just going to tap this in for his bogey right here, and then right now we are. Let me look back on these scores. So, with my bogey on 10 and his birdie on 11, we're both at 1 under, and we're both in the top 10 right now. I think we're like tied for 8th. Hole 12, really, really hard par 4. You just got to get out above that cliff and then to the left, and then just try to get up to the basket somehow. I pulled this super far right. Bad tree kick. I did not get up the cliff, and I was behind a wall of trees. Now, this actually took me 2 shots to get to here because I threw a sky ante shot with my this D1 actually, which that roller was about to be amazing.
Almost Drew.
But what I was saying is that I just threw it straight up from where I was because you had to clear a Mando that was off to the left of that last shot. And I ended up on this hole's green, actually, and in a bunch of sawgrass. I don't know how I found my disc. Thankfully, I think the group in front of us that was on this, or 2 groups in front of us, which was on this hole, was the only reason I found it. But anyways, I pitched out to there, and I ended up taking a 7 on that hole. Kevin took a par.
Oh, gosh.
We're both trying to get this par 4.
Oh, that's so nice.
He went really flippy, really hyzer flip, trying to get up there for a putt. I threw my roller D1 again, just trying to get myself a putt, and unfortunately, I left myself too far right, and just like in the first round, I did not get up and down for birdie. Really disappointed to miss that hole both rounds, but at this point, I'm just trying to regroup and just salvage whatever I can. I'm throwing a lot better shot than first round. This is what I was trying to do. I threw my first round shot too low, really far deep with a D1, and so that was a lot better. It came a few feet away from flashing the basket for an ace, and it left me a tap-in birdie, so we both got that one. Then we waited about 30 minutes on this pad right here on hole 15.
That's only
because
pretty out.
this hole is really hard. But while we were looking, we noticed people behind us on the higher up
Yeah, get all this
cards
too.
were taking bogeys, and Kevin was, I think, one off or tied for the lead at this point. So his dad texted him at this backup and said, "You need to birdie out," and he was trying, and
Got yourself a putt.
that's not going to help. He's going to leave himself a putt. For my drive was pulled really far left, or not pulled, but I just early released, didn't turn over my D1, and left me. It took me 2 shots to get to here, so that's my 300 A2. I think that's the first time I've thrown at this tournament. Just pitching up to make sure to stay right next to the basket. I'm gonna be dropping in a bogey.
Smart.
And then Kevin's gonna lay up and take his par. Then right here, as you might have seen the cars next to hole 15's fairway, Kevin and I both picked up caddies in the form of Will and Andy, so thank y'all very much. And Will also picked up the camera to make it easier on us. Hole 16, easiest hole on the course in my opinion. Kevin just throws this too high. If you clear the crest of that hill, you are gone. It's going to be a long putt. Right here, I'm throwing my P Model S.
That's gorgeous.
That is
Exactly.
You heard Kevin say that's gorgeous, but that's exactly what I was trying to do. Just let myself a tap in for birdie. Kevin's down here. Like I said, if you go too high on this hole, you're gone. I mean, it's only 165 feet. You have to play into that hill. That's about all he could do from there, is just lay up and try to knock in for his par, which he's got this putt right here.
Good putt. I'm all right.
Scared him a little bit, but it's in, and then I tap in for my birdie.
We need bloopers.
Yeah. Loopers. We've got a bunch of bloopers of those.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good right now on bloopers.
Will's trying to make it funny, but we've already made it funny, Will, okay? Then right here on hole 17, I'm in a good position, not where I want to be, but could have been a lot worse, and I'm just trying to lay up and take my par. I threw my 500 FX2 right there on that forehand, and I just early released it a little bit. I was just trying to make sure do not go out of bounds, and that's what I accomplished. And thankfully, it also got through that tree, so it's going to leave myself a shot. Right here, this is a really intense moment for Kevin because he needs to birdie to finish if he wants to win. And that is amazing. Kevin threw the best shot
Hey, that's very well
I've ever
CTP.
seen on this hole in person by a long ways. I don't think I've seen anybody get within 40, and you'll see in just a minute how close he is. Right here, I'm throwing my A2 on a little forehand, just try to pitch up and take my par. Leave myself at 1 over going into the last hole and give myself a chance to get back to even par, which was one of my goals to do during one of the tournament rounds. I just wanted to shoot even or better. And
Yeah, Drew.
I'm going to give myself that opportunity on 18. I have to birdie it, but I have the chance. Now Kevin right here tapping in for a great birdie. Also, one of 2 birdies on the day on that hole. Now, hole 18, looking back on the scores, now it's not real time, but looking back on the scores, he was tied for the lead at this moment. And he is trying to get a forehand as far right as he can, and slipped off the tee and shanked it, unfortunately. Now he's going to be taking it from the drop zone, and then just see what happens. Right here, I can tell how tired I am by my follow through, but I managed to put my D1 in bounds again, thanks to Brian for blocking that one. But Kevin's right here at the drop zone. He's just going to lay up and try to get up and down for his bogey and just see what happens, because anything can happen on this course. This hole, having this hole as a finishing hole gives a lot of scoring opportunity both ways for I think in the first round there was a guy that was tied for the lead coming in this hole who took a 10 and fell to like 30th. So it can really be a big game changer. Right here, Andy taught me. I was further back than I had ever been on this hole before from the green trying to approach it. So Andy talked me into disking up to my D2 max just to get up the hill. And I didn't throw it the greatest, but throwing a distance driver from such a short shot, I went. You'll see how far past I went in just a second. Kevin's fourth shot right there, getting up the hill, and I'm like 45 feet past the basket at this point. Not what I was trying to do. I should have thrown an H3v2 and just trusted myself on it. But after what happened in the first round, I wanted to make sure just to get up the hill, and then at worst I was going to just lay up a putt and drop the next one in. But unfortunately, that's not what happened, and that's not how I wanted to end the tournament with a bogey. Now Kevin's got this for his bogey. Also, just not how he wanted to finish. Then we're going to be tapping in right here. So Kevin shot 2 under this round. I shot 2 over. This gained me 9 spots, and I jumped from 21st to 12th. But Kevin's round gained him 17 spots, and he jumped from 21st all the way up to 4th, as you'll see in a minute whenever I show the full results. Funny enough, I actually shot the same total score as I did last year in this tournament and finished in the same place, 128 and 12th both years. As you can see right here, Kevin's up in 4th. Shout out to Trace from the beginning. He snuck into the top 10 with a great finishing round, and Kevin's brother Cam's also on here. All right, guys, thank you for watching.